that really grinds my gears. People that go, capitalism is evil, man. America, they're bullies, they're oppressors. And these same people, they've got the Netflix subscription in line for the latest iPhone. They've got on the Louis Vuitton, or they're trying to get it. They want the Chanel perfume. How can you want all these things that are success symbols of the very system that you're talking down on? Does it make sense?
It's quite funny to me that everything that you just listed as success symbols of capitalism are actually products of labor. You're basically self-reporting and announcing to everyone on TikTok that you don't know what capitalism is. You think that capitalism is commerce. I don't know who needs to hear this aside from this guy, but having a Netflix subscription does not a capitalist you make. Chanel perfume created by workers. Louis Vuitton products created by workers. Bernard Arnault, believe it or not, has not created one product for Louis Vuitton. In 2023, it is outrageous that you are still spouting the capitalism is when iPhone meme.
You know something that really grinds my gears?
You know what really grinds my gears? When working class people such as yourself on other working class people. It really grinds my gears when I hear people such as yourself equate capitalism with consumerism, capitalism with commerce, capitalism with commodities. Once again, I will remind you and everyone else watching this video that capitalism is not innovation. Capitalism is not commodities. Capitalism is not commerce. Capitalism is not consumerism. Capitalism is the private ownership of the means of production concurrent with the exploitation of labor.
If you truly are against the system, you want to beat the system, you have to unsubscribe from the system.
Capitalism is compulsory. You cannot divorce yourself from society. Yes, in the political economy of capitalism, participation is compulsory. You are compelled to make a decision, and that decision is based on two options: exploit or be exploited. To shame people for making a choice based on those two options is ignorant. The irony shall be lost on no one here when we listen to you chide consumers, chide working class members of society for wanting commodities. And then you list the very products of laborers. You list commodities created by workers, whether that's perfume or clothes or a car. None of this has anything to do with capitalism. Capitalism is a specific way of organizing what we always have as every society that has ever existed in human history: the surplus value created by laborers. Capitalism is the private ownership of the products of labor. Only labor creates value. Only labor creates commodities. Labor is the eternal nature-imposed necessity for sustaining life. Without labor or laborers, there would be no life. There would be no societies. There would be no economic system. Labor is independent of all forms of society and of all economic systems. You're equating the ownership of labor with labor itself. This is why we call ourselves socialists, because we give credence and precedence to labor and those who do labor, because they are the only ones in society who create any value, who create the commodities for human consumption. Cologne, nice clothes, a nice car, all of those things were created by laborers, by workers, never once by a CEO. That is the point. The irony here is that you are defending capitalists, of which you are not one. I really get the strong impression that you equate a small business owner as being fundamentally the same as Jeff Bezos, as if they somehow perform the same role in society, as if even being interested in consumer products means you are a capitalist, which materially makes no sense. To be a capitalist, you must have the material wealth of a capitalist. We are not talking about homeowners, we're not talking about car owners, we're not talking about small business owners. We are talking about the captains of industry. We are talking about the super wealthy who control the political institutions, the social institutions, who wield political leverage over society, who buy senators, who are the CEOs of large multinational corporations, who own warehouses and factories and railroads, natural resources, oil. Having a Patreon or an Etsy shop or even a storefront does not mean that you are a capitalist. You have to wield institutional wealth. You have to be an institutional investor, capable of moving markets, capable of planning the economy. You have to hoard large, vast amounts of wealth and resources. You have to exploit millions of people in the process. You have to have capital. Sorry, try again.
I know the truth about people like you. You don't hate slavery. You hate that you're not the slave master.
Correction. Deep down, this is a projection of what you want from society. This is what you desire. You wish to be the slave master. So thank you, I guess, for telling everyone that you have no spine and it is your wish to exploit and perpetuate the misery of humanity.
Nixon ordered Cambodian genocide. Sent cruise missiles to Sudan, people died. You gave the orders to do drone strikes. Invaded Nicaragua in '85.